Hello everyone, and welcome to Big Life Unfiltered. I'm BigMike, a person living with a body larger than most people around me. If you're listening right now, you've probably asked yourself a question I've asked many times. Is this life meant for me when I don't match what society considers normal? I'm not here to tell you to change yourself, nor to say obesity is something you must fix right away. I'm here to introduce myself, to share why this channel was created, and to invite you into a space where we can talk openly and honestly about living in a world that doesn't always welcome us. This is Big Life Unfiltered, a place where we tell the truth, feel things deeply, and connect through experiences not everyone can understand. Today is the first episode, and I want to start by telling you who I am, what this channel means, and why I want to share this story with you, whether you're sitting alone in your room, eating a snack, or just looking for someone who understands how you feel. Are you ready? Find a comfortable spot, grab a glass of water if you want, or anything that makes you feel at ease, and let's start this journey together. I know that taking the time to listen to a stranger like me can be a commitment, but I hope that by the end of this episode, you'll feel a bit of connection, a bit of understanding, and a bit of hope that you're not alone in the feelings you're going through. So who is BigMike? I'm a man in my late 30s, living with obesity, and learning how to exist in a world often not designed for people like me. I've spent years facing stares, comments, moments that made me feel I didn't belong anywhere, not because of who I am, but because of how my body looks. I'm not a doctor, not a fitness expert, not someone with all the answers. I'm just a person who's been through the highs and lows of living with a larger body, someone who's felt the weight of judgment, but also found moments of strength and hope. There were days I wanted to hide, when the world seemed too small for me, and days I realized I could still live fully, even if I don't fit the mold society expects. I grew up in an average family, where my weight was never an issue until I stepped into the outside world. From a young age, I realized I was different, not just in body size, but in how people treated me. The curious looks, the careless remarks, and even the harsh comments became a part of my life. I used to think I needed to change, that I had to become a different version of myself to be accepted, to avoid being judged. But over time, I realized that trying to fit into someone else's mold didn't bring happiness. What I needed was to learn to accept myself, to find people who understood me, and to build a space where I could be my true self. I want to share that journey with you, not to complain or dwell on the past, but to show you that if you've ever felt out of place, ever felt lonely because of your body, you're not alone. I'm here, I understand you, and I want us to find a way to live a meaningful life together, no matter what the world out there thinks of us. What is Big Life Unfiltered? It's a channel where we talk about life exactly as it is, no hiding, no pretending, no need to be anyone but yourself. This is a space for those who've felt out of place because of their weight, who faced prejudice or unwanted words, or simply want to hear stories that resonate with their own. This channel isn't about quick weight loss tricks or miracle diets. It's about understanding, about feeling seen, about building a community where we can be honest. Whether you're living with obesity, know someone who is, or just want to learn more about these experiences, this channel is for you. I'll be here 2-3 days a week, sharing stories, reflections, and conversations about living with a body like mine. Some days, we'll talk about the tough stuff, moments that hurt, prejudices that wound us. Other days, we'll talk about small victories, the things that keep us going. But every day, we'll keep it real, because that's the spirit of this channel. I want Big Life Unfiltered to be more than just a place where you hear stories. It's a place where you feel heard, seen, and understood. I want this to be a safe space where you can sit down, listen, and feel that you're not alone on your journey. I want to create a community where we can share our deepest emotions, our biggest fears, and even our smallest hopes. I believe that when we're honest, when we're open, we can find the strength to overcome the challenges society places on us. I want this channel to be a place where you can find comfort, where you can feel that you don't need to change to be loved. or accepted, that you're enough, right from the start. I hope that through each episode of Big Life Unfiltered, you'll find a bit of motivation, a bit of hope, and a bit of belief that you deserve a full life, no matter what you look like. Why am I doing this? Honestly, because I spent too many years feeling like I was the only one. I'd walk into a room and feel every eye on me, wondering what they were thinking. I'd sit down and worry if the chair would hold. I'd hear words sometimes kind, sometimes not, and wonder if I'd ever feel like I truly belonged. Those moments, they pile up. They make you feel isolated, like no one else in the world understands what you're going through. But over time, I realized I'm not alone. There are millions of people out there. Over 40% of Americans live with obesity. More than 100 million people, each with their own stories, struggles, and strengths. I created Big Life Unfiltered to be a place where we can share those stories, where we feel listened to, where we remind each other that our worth isn't defined by a number on a scale or the size of a chair. I'm doing this for you, for me, for anyone who's ever felt they don't fit in the world, because I believe we deserve a place to be ourselves, to be understood, to be enough. I also want to talk about the societal context we're living in. Modern society often sets unrealistic standards about beauty, about bodies, about what's considered normal. These standards don't just fail to reflect the diversity of humanity. They create immense pressure on those who don't fit them. I've seen friends, loved ones, and myself struggle to meet those expectations, only to feel like failures, to feel not enough. But the truth is, we don't need to change to fit the world needs to change to accept us. Big Life Unfiltered is a small step in that change, a place where we can start important conversations, where we can break down stereotypes and build understanding. I want this channel to be more than a place to share personal stories. It's a place for us to reflect together on how society treats people like us, and how we can create a fairer world where everyone is respected, regardless of their appearance. What can you expect from Big Life Unfiltered in the weeks to come? I'll share more about my life moments that shaped me, challenges I've faced, and lessons I've learned. I'll also bring in stories from others, people living with obesity, who have their own perspectives to share. We'll talk about big things, like facing prejudice or living in a world that feels too small, and smaller things, like finding joy in a tough day. I'll keep it real, sometimes blunt, always true. I'm not here to preach or tell you what to do. I'm here to listen, to share, and to build a community where we support each other. If you've ever felt invisible, unheard, or just needed someone to say, "I understand you," this is the place for you. I also want to talk about the long-term vision for this channel. I hope Big Life Unfiltered isn't just a place to share stories, but a place to inspire, to encourage change in how society views people living with obesity. I want this channel to become a movement, a strong community, where we don't just talk about challenges, but find ways to overcome them, where we can lift each other up, encourage each other to live authentically. I want to create a space where everyone feels valued, where their story matters, where they don't need to change to be loved or accepted. I know this is a big goal, but I believe that if we do this together, step by step, we can make it happen. I also want this channel to be a place where we learn from each other, where we can share the ways we've found to cope with societal pressures, to find joy in daily life, and to build confidence in ourselves. Before wrapping up this first episode, I want to say something important. You matter. No matter how much you weigh, no matter what you've been through, no matter how you feel about yourself today, you are enough. I know what it's like to doubt that, to feel like the world is saying otherwise. But at Big Life Unfiltered, we'll remind each other of that truth. This channel is a starting point, a chance to open conversations, share experiences, and find strength in being real. I'm so glad you're here, and I hope you'll stick with me. If this resonates with you, even just a little, please hit subscribe. I need you to make this channel special, to create a place where people like us feel seen. And in the comments below, if you'd like, tell me why you're here. What brought you to Big Life Unfiltered? Maybe it's a feeling, a moment, or just curiosity. If you don't want to share, just say, "I'm here." That's enough for me to know you're listening. I'll read every comment because you matter to me, no matter who you are or how you're feeling today. I want to emphasize that this journey isn't just mine, it's ours. Each of us has a story, an experience, a perspective to share. And when we share together, we create a stronger community, one that can support, uplift, and inspire each other. I hope that through each episode of Big Life Unfiltered, you'll find a bit of comfort, a bit of motivation, and a bit of hope to keep going on your own journey. I want you to know that I'm here, not as an expert or someone with all the answers, but as a companion, someone who understands what you're going through, and someone who believes you deserve all the best things in life. Thank you for spending time with this first episode. I know nearly 30 minutes is a commitment, but I hope you felt some connection, some understanding. I'll be back in a few days with more, maybe a story from my life, maybe a reflection on living with a body like mine. For now, go grab a glass of water or anything you like and take care of yourself. I'm Big Mike, and this is Big Life Unfiltered. See you soon.